Very excited for this. I enslaved my Final Fantasy XIV guild. Ha! We'll see about that. I actually believe it. Pint can probably do anything.
Now I know what you're thinking. Final Fantasy? Is that not the game with the Goofy in it? No.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy is one of the best games I've ever played. I've
Yo,
been playing
same.
it for months now, and let me tell you.
It is... Final Fantasy XIV is actually the best game I've ever played.
The only thing goofy about this game is the stunts I pull. I've been known to engage in some mild tomfoolery on occasion.
I do too.
And when I first heard of it, I thought I'd hate it. 'Cause in my fantasy game, children. In my fantasy game, cat girls. That one's alright. And until...
You know, so I actually had the same experience. I had so many people for like a year and a half. Sabrina Lily, a couple other people were like, yo... You have to play Final Fantasy XIV. Stop playing WoW. And I was like in Shadowlands being like, yo, I gotta play this MMO. And I finally did it. Did not regret it. I thought it was just a game full of cat girls. I thought it was like some weeb anime game. And it is, but it's really good.
Last year, I genuinely thought the aforementioned Goofy was a staple of the Final Fantasy franchise. Turns out he's actually from a different game, but the vibe and art style still never really seemed like my thing. But I've never been more wrong. I love this game, man. Since I have the #1 most important opinion on the internet, I figured I'd grab that pretty little head of yours and shove my new favorite game into those eyeballs. So, from the lovable developers to the shocking realization that you've been on copium for years. Today, I take
we all know it.
You through my adventures in Final Fantasy XIV. And what got me so invested so quickly? Rabbit girls. Our journey begins here.
Yo, bunny girls.
A city run by the two most evil groups in society. Tyrannical politicians who would do anything for coin. And short people. Your first impression of Lalafell might be the same as any other small race. Cutesy, played by 40-year-old men, and an awkward bus ride if you're scrolling through Twitter in public.
Oh, God.
However, Lalafell... Don't be misled, my viewers.
Don't be misled.
They may have a thin veil of cuteness, but their evil knows no bounds.
True. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm not going to spoil anything. But let me tell you, the Lalafell, they're all evil. They're all 100% absolutely evil. They're actually the bad guys. They are the main villain in Final Fantasy XIV. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you played MSQ. I don't care if you see some other bad guy, you see some tomfoolery going on. The Lalafell are the main bad guys.
Yeah, stop petting me! I reveal to you the secret of all Lalafell players. The smaller you are, the bigger other races are.
Oh?
So, with my cute face, complete lack of ethics, and desire to get a 20-minute sponsored video out without playing I pulled up my boots and set out into the city to make something of myself. So I went to my mum for help. She said I should make some friends and get a fucking job. So in
That's
my
hard to do.
Power, I began
Those are both hard things to do.
The local guards, which were definitely not poison. Stop asking questions. Until it came to my attention that the princess had gone missing.
Whoa!
How awfully convenient! Surely whoever would save her must be held in high regard.
The back of the car.
What a lucky opportunity for me to prove myself. I decided that I would help find the princess, so I opened my map and started running towards her exact location. And that is when I saw...
True. I actually don't know this character, right? Oh, yes I do. So when you start this game, there's like three... It's too bright, hold on a sec. There's 3 main cities you start in. Ul'dah, Limsa, and then Gridania. If you don't start in Ul'dah, you miss most of the story. I started in Limsa, which is my favorite city, not gonna lie. Limsa is the best city. It is actually the best city for a lot of objective reasons, but we'll talk about that later. There's a lot of story pieces you actually miss by not starting in Ul'dah, which I shouldn't say a lot. There's a few pieces, but...
Not princess. Because I am here. Alright, this is the Nanoma voice.
I don't know how I ended up here, but thank you for saving me, Robot.
Good voice.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, how'd you get here? Huh, ladies.
Oh no, Thancred.
Would you like this rock?
Think. Feel. Think.
Mommy!
Bro, what the fuck?
It was then
Mommy.
that I was invited to a
Crystal
feast
Mommy.
with the royals of Uldar, and I graciously accepted my growth in political power. Once again, you'll be happy to know that Technoblade is now safe in her own castle. I was hoping to network, but the best seat I could get was next to her dad, and all he wanted to talk about was the war 5 years ago, where countless lives were lost because of the Asian / the moon? Which is weird,
Yeah,
because I
that
killed
is
one
what
of
happened.
these
It was
guys
the moon.
15 minutes ago. That's right, this ancient powerful being was no match for me, a regular ordinary adventurer. Damn, bro, that's crazy. You gonna finish that? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. He is special. Mommy.
Thancred.
So Thancred brought me to his friends, the Scoins of the Seventh Dawn. Meet our heroes.
I have
Scoins.
awaited your coming.
I have
One
awaited your
everyone
coming.
hates, except for the ones everyone should hate.
I will say that all the language in this game is like so complex. Sometimes I have to ask Rybot, like, I'll be like, hey, what are they saying? It's great though. It's fun.
The one everyone hates, except for the ones everyone should hate.
Welcome.
The guy whose
Welcome.
dialogue doth ye skip. The e-boy.
I never doubted that you'd come.
Oh man.
And this guy, but we'll get to
Stole
him
it.
later. Together they form the Scones of the Seventh Dawn. And
Scones.
the primary goal of this organization is to kill the Primals, which are demigods summoned by various tribes around the world. Primals
Yes.
usually just mind control anyone that doesn't have your powers. Because this lovely, curvy lady has given you the power to remember things. So
That's
it
true.
turns out all of those blackouts
The
I
echo.
had were actually a good thing. And not damaging my brain. And so you team up with the members
Well,
of the
a
Shadows
little bit of both.
the Seventh Dawn. But mostly this guy, who is 16 internet. You make wonderful friends.
He's 16 and he's like a Redditor. He acts like a Redditor.
Use your power for good. And to tell you any more would spoil things, but trust me, the story in this game is very good, and I like it a lot. Now, this
Yes.
can be a very social game, which means you're going to be meeting a lot of new people, and this game can have quite a twisty story, with many plot points that can be easily spoiled.
Goofy dies in season 2. Okay, so this game can be easily spoiled. The amount of times I've like gone onto YouTube and spoilers have like been in my recommended. It's like, no. But to be fair, it is, the game's been out for a while. So there's only so much you can do. Only so much you can do, unfortunately. And same with Twitter. If you're involved in the Twitter, Final Fantasy Twitter, there's gonna be spoilers left and right. There's gonna be spoilers left and right.
Those seem like conflicting qualities. While I admit it can be a
Goofy's
little
dead.
stressful dodging spoilers on my Twitter timeline,
what the
this
heck?
game does this combo the best that I think any game possibly could. And the community, generally, is super anti-spoiler. The only
true.
things I've
It is
had
true.
spoiled were kind of minor and were kind of accidents. And annoying as spoilers are,
I've had some big things spoiled,
I am a
think.
streamer.
I guess we'll find out.
I know. So I probably have it worse. You've probably already played it, or it's probably only going to be about as bad as... dude, wait for Heavensward. It gets so good at Heavensward. It gets so good. But yeah, spoil.
Heavensward is amazing. I love Heavens. Okay, I cried during Heavensward. It was so good. Whew, that's all I'll say. Deep breath after that. Okay, is this spoilers?
Spoilers, bad, hate them. Now,
Oh,
back
yeah,
to the story.
okay.
I'll be taking my payment.
Thank you for slaying the primals, but there is more work to be done.
And you will do it.
And so
Oh.
I ventured forth, as the hero I am, ready to save the world. Wait, what? What is that melody? You're dancing. My god, they're dancing. What are those
Dancing.
faces doing? They're smiling. The people were having fun. Oh, and the music. The music was super copyrighted, and as new as
Oh,
I
yeah.
was to the game, that was
Oh,
sort
yeah.
of the first moment where it clicked. I spent the rest of the night taking screenshots with the pals.
Yeah.
He's playing a male character in a video game. It's a feeling I hadn't felt in a while. Okay, guys, it's time for Pint to pay his rent. The plan was simple. Get in, grab the greatest mobile game of all time, and get out. And to pull this off, I'm gonna need some backup. Meet my 3 favorite spooky Halloween champions.
We're gonna let this
Jack.
ad play.
He's a
You know, we
jack of all trades.
can't skip the ads. You know.
Miscreated monster. He's the brains of the operation. If only they were his brains. And Madame Saris. She's really hot. We made our way through the
Is she?
main door.
Is she hot?
All was going according to
I don't know if she's
plan
hot.
until we got to the vault.
I mean-
but Madame Saris set off the alarms.
Oh no. They're trying to steal the greatest mobile game of all time.
Well, I can see why. With over 400 champions to collect, epic dungeons to clear, and a PvP arena where they can fight against other players.
Hot Gruntilda, yeah, it's
Oh, that's my
Gruntilda from
favorite
Banjo
part.
Kazooie.
Have you seen the commercial with the orc?
Oh, that commercial
Gruntilda,
is
yeah, Hot
rapid.
Gruntilda's
The
hot.
gameplay is to die for.
Admit.
Oh, they're getting away.
Pint! Why? Why'd you do it? Isn't it obvious? Have you heard of Raid's newest Halloween update? We're talking big rewards. Tournaments against other players, and that's not even the best part. I'll be able to get my hands on a brand new legendary Halloween champion! my Uber's here. You know the game's free, right? You could've just downloaded it. Yeah, on mobile devices and PC. Jack! No!
No.
Miss Pumpkin? Hi. I worked with your husband. He wanted me to tell you to click the link in the description below or scan my QR code to get a free epic hero Chinoru. 1 XP boost.
Scan that
One
code.
ancient shard,
Thank you, Pint.
200k silver to help Junior get through college. You'll find your rewards here, bud. Ad over. For the next week, I farmed the golden saucer for emotes. I think I like it here. Oh look, there's a racing game. Sweet, I got
Ooh.
bunny ears. Now I can focus on getting a cool...
That racing game I have yet to do. The biggest reason is because it's like an inbreeding chicken simulator. To get the best chicken, you have to keep inbreeding your chickens for the best stats. And I really want to do it, but it's a time sink, and I'm too afraid to get started because I know once I get started, I'm gonna want to keep inbreeding my chocobos, my cockaboos, and it's actually the best way to make gil, allegedly, in the golden saucer. So. I mean, Gil, what do you call it? Not Gil. Gamba points. You know what I'm saying.
Cool outfit. Please, save us. The primals are coming. Did somebody say Palace of the Dead? Sounds pretty cool. Crafting jobs doesn't sound cool, but somehow is. I could have sworn there was something I was supposed to be doing right now.
This is also true. The amount of stuff you can do that's not the main story is absolutely insane. I spend most of my time in the casino. I go play some triple triads. I go on random adventures, do some quests, just level up like random stories. Random jobs. Yeah, this game will suck you up.
It's very easy to get sidetracked in this game, and I think that's a discovery we all make along the way. Mom, Dad, I have something to tell you. I decided to quit my job as a hero and become a dancer. A dancer? Well, the party buffs are useful. No, Father. Like this! One of the best parts about this game is that there's
Heck
so
yeah.
many definitions of
Ooh, the
endgame.
song.
There's your usual solo content or rating or whatever, but under little rocks here and there, people create songs, dance routines, fashion, interior design, economic domination. Some of the most
Literally all of
hardcore
that. I've
players
seen it
met
all.
are high-end ultimate raiders, and yet they are mere insects beneath the boots of role players. The penultimate
True.
form of a Final Fantasy player, logging on
He said penultimate form. So what is the ultimate form? Because penultimate means the stage before the ultimate form, right?
daily to take cute screenshots and dance. And that's like kinda not even a joke. And having done a couple raids, it's not like the raids are bad either. It's actually some of the
So what's
most
number one?
fun I've ever had raiding. It's just you have a choice now. The driving force is fun. Nothing is mandatory and everything is encouraged. Because to make a fantasy world feel real,
everything's encouraged.
You need your sweaty adventurers and your maid cat girl photography enthusiasts. Now I think it's about time I got round to killing those primals. Or I could do something better. What if I told you that me, the best mage player in the whole world, the betrayer of guilds, found an even greater foe? This content would make even the most experienced raiders quake with fear.
Okay.
That's right. I decided to try and buy a house.
Yeah, there we go.
Catches with buying houses. Firstly, there's a finite number of houses on any server. There's just under 400,000 houses in all of Final Fantasy, which is not a lot when you consider the play.
That's actually more houses than I thought. 391,000? Like, that's actually a lot of homes. It's actually a lot. I don't own one. I probably will never own one. But I am looking forward to that island sanctuary.
Account, and slots only become available when someone doesn't log in for 45 days. I'll
45?
tell you about the second catch in a moment.
It's a big one.
Attention everybody, there is a fucking house for sale. I ran to the plot, looked around a little, and I hovered over the purchase button. Was this truly where I wanted to live?
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, look at that.
This would do nicely. So I
Limsa,
clicked
right?
purchase.
Lenosha?
Oh. So here's the second catch. At some point in a 24-hour period, the house will randomly become available for sale. Meaning, to acquire a house, you have to repeatedly do this and hope that you're the person that purchases the house the moment it becomes available. Randomly,
That's terrible.
In a 24-hour period.
But, so yes, really? But they recently changed it. So now I think it's like a weird lottery system. I'm not exactly sure. But this is like a month or two ago they changed it. So now a bunch of people put in a ticket or something, and then it selects one. I think. I'm not sure how they did it. But if you guys know, let me know. But it's not like this anymore, luckily. Because this is terrible. I would never... There was no hope for me ever getting a house. I don't have the patience for that.
I don't have time for this. I give up.
Same.
No,
Yeah,
that's
same.
not the pint I know. Well, I guess there is one thing I could do. I don't know. It's kind of no. What is it? I mean, I could exploit the working class. Meet wife havers. Oh, the things we do together. The conquest.
Wife havers.
March. Right after you guys buy a house, you know, for the guild. We had 2 people around the clock clicking a placard, and the rest of us would sit there to make it seem like there was more competition than there was to scare off potential competitors. It was truly a chance for us all to bond.
That's an interesting
learning
play.
experience. And what I learned in this experience is that my friends are fucking psychopaths. This is Job. She was there for 40 hours over 4 days. Oh, how do I know this? Only the fucking Google Doc we created to track the hours camped, the plot opening times, and to see how close we were to committing human rights violations. Now, keep...
This is the sweatiest gameplay you can probably get in Final Fantasy. More so than the raids. More so than... So he was right about the penultimate, because this is the ultimate.
Camping. You wouldn't want to go back to Torghast, would you? After about 3 days...
Torghast, no, not
one of our
Torghast.
happy little campers discovered something. Something that would blow this case wide open. Take a look at this chart. Yep, turns out in the first 8 hours, the chances of a plot opening are basically 0. And for the creamy, most efficient strat possible, you want to click in this 4-hour window. Ah, yes.
Okay.
Only 4 short hours of clicking. As luck would have it,
4 short
on the
hours
dawn
of
of the
clicking.
4th day, during prime time, I sent Job a very funny meme, and she tabbed out for a moment to look at it. The house. It sold.
Oh no.
Psych, we bought the house. It was us.
Yeah!
There's always Now we had a place to call home.
Finally.
And we relocated immediately because the goblet, say it with me, is for broke-ass bitches.
They're in the goblet? I swear they're in Limsa.
So Final Fantasy, huh? Crazy to think that it was always fucking here. It has been very refreshing. And at the risk of sounding a bit too serious, it's taught me a lot of valuable things about myself. Trying new things, being a nicer person. I've got a bunch of new friends.
Why did he laugh at that?
And honestly, man, just kind of a better outlook on life. I don't think it's just the game that's done that, but still, I'm happy. Plus, I got this house.
Thanks for the home. Wow. Great video. That was really fun. I enjoyed myself. Pint's always got these smash hit videos. That was cool. Do I agree with him? I agree. Buying a house is pretty much impossible. Even today, even with the new system, like the odds of you getting a house is like so low, dude. It's like so low.